Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to episode 106 of Sports News Flash at 12 with your weekend sports anchor, Miguel Mike Medina. I decided that to do this new episode on a Monday. It's MLK Day. It's also a day where Donald Trump, it's his I always had trouble saying it, but basically it's his first day in the office. So it's a pretty big day today in the country. But it's a snowy day in New York. Yep, it's a snowy day. I know it's a shock that I'm not revealing myself today, but a lot going on and didn't know exactly what to wear. It's just a mix of many different things, and I just felt like for this episode I wanted to just do audio. So the first thing that I'm gonna talk about, first of all, hope you guys had a terrific weekend. There's been a lot of games, but nothing like the NFL playoffs. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I'm gonna be discussing the 4 games of this weekend on my other channel, the MMM Journal, which I might collaborate with Jason Guido, who's one of my frequent collaborators. So we might do content doing a recap of the 4 games of this weekend, and it will be featured on the NFL Playoff Showtime playlist. So stay tuned for that. But to do a quick overview about what happened this weekend, the Chiefs defeated the Houston Texans. There was 1 or 2 calls that were controversial that worked against the Houston Texans and kind of killed their momentum, I should say. But I got to give a lot of credit to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Their defense won this game for them. I felt that there was going to be an upset alert this weekend. And for some reason, I looked at Washington. And my fear came to reality. I say my fear came to reality because I wanted Detroit to go to the Super Bowl this year. But that won't be happening. Washington shocked the world and defeated the number 1 seed Detroit Lions. 45-31. Turnovers killed Detroit. It killed them big time. But Washington will be going to the NFC title game for the first time in 33 years. That Jaden Daniels, we need to see some ID because that does not look like a rookie playing out there. The Philadelphia Eagles ended the Rams season. There could be a possibility that this might be Matthew Stafford's last game. So we shall see. As for the Buffalo Bills, they defeated a tough Baltimore Ravens 27-25. And boy, oh boy, it was a heartbreaking loss for the Baltimore Ravens. If you've seen the game, then you know what I'm talking about. But again, I'm going to go into full details about the 4 games. It will premiere tomorrow, probably tomorrow night on the MMN Journal. So stay tuned for that. College football. The ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips said that the league will have conversations among coaches and athletic directors about whether to make changes to its conference championship game format. This year was the first year of the 12-team college football playoff format, and we've been hearing a lot of criticism about how the format and everything played out. So after hearing so many criticism, I'm like, yep, they're gonna do something about it. They're gonna do something about the seedings and everything else. So the conversations about this format is to ensure that conference champions and the teams that play in conference championship game remain important. Phillips said that the ACC could consider giving its regular season champion a bye week and have the teams that finish 2nd or 3rd in the league standings play in the ACC championship game. He also said that another possibility is to have the top 4 teams play on the final weekend of the regular season. First place will play against the 4th place team, the 2nd place team against the 3rd place team, and the winners playing the following weekend And with the winners, they're gonna be playing the following weekend in the ACC championship game. So Phillips, he said that he's gonna have conversations with league head coaches on conference call next week to get their feedback on the plan, see whether they agree or not. So let's see what happens there. But I definitely see that there's going to be some changes about the formatting. I could feel it. Let's talk a little bit baseball. Right now, we are dealing with Pete Alonso, and we don't know what's going to happen with him. But by the things that I've been reading, the things that I've been hearing, I don't see Pete Alonso will be returning to the Mets. I would like him to return to the Mets for a 1-year deal, but I don't think that both sides of the party can find a common ground. Pete Alonso is 29, obviously in the prime of his career. He didn't have a great season with the Mets in 2024, but regardless wherever he goes, he's going to have to perform. 2025, it's a very important year for him. He's going to have to show up. He's going to have to show up. I won't be surprised if the Mets are waiting on Vlad Jr. I think they're more motivated to try to get him than to bring back Pete Alonso. This is the interesting part of the business of sports, the business of baseball, winter meetings, the off season. You never know what's going to happen. Meetings are crucial. When you're giving out a pitch to a player, that's very crucial. So there's so many layers that goes into what makes a player want to sign with this team, with that team. But one thing is for sure is that MLB needs to hand over the trophy to the Los Angeles Dodgers, because that team is way, way, way stacked. But I'm not mad because, hey, if they're winning, then kudos to them. But yeah, they should just hand them the trophy. In hockey, if you saw that game between the Minnesota Wild and Nashville Predators, that was crazy. It was crazy. 3 fights in the first 7 minutes of the game. They brought old school hockey back for one night. It's been a roller coaster season for the Nashville Predators, and who knows, maybe this game might be the beginning of them, to reinforce themselves and go on a winning streak, or maybe have a stronger second half after the All-Star break. JT Miller, he said that he is trying to keep his focus on his next game for the Vancouver Canucks. There's been some trade talks there. Elliot Friedman of Sportsnet reported on Saturday that the Canucks were close to dealing Miller to New York and consider pulling him from the lineup. So I don't know, but so far a deal has not been made. Miller is in his 6th season with Vancouver after being traded by the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2019. He signed a 7-year, $56 million contract back in September 2022. Last season, he had 103 points, 37 goals, 66 assists. And this season, he has 31 points so far, 8 goals and 23 assists in 35 games. In November 19th, he took a personal leave of absence, and then he returned on December 12th after missing 10 games. So far this season, Miller has won 18 of 23 faceoffs, so that's 78%. Things are looking messy in Vancouver. It's been a disappointing season for them after having a successful season last year. We don't know what's going on with the franchise, but I definitely smell a trade happening, and I think it will happen. Last but not least, some golf. Tyrrell Hatton, he defeated Daniel Hillier of New Zealand to win the Dubai Desert Classic on Sunday. He ties John Rahm's record of 5 Rolex Series victories. Hillier, he birdied the last to put pressure on his partner, but Hatton, he just had it his way. He putted from 7 feet and he got the victory. Hatton shot a 3 under 69 in the final round on Sunday to finish 15 under overall. And Laurie Cantor, who's an Englishman just like Hatton, he finished with 68 in third place. Hillier, who is 26, he was ranked 223rd in the world, and he came very close to get his first victory on the European Tour. Came very close. And he hasn't won a victory on the European Tour since July 2023, which was at the British Masters. Rory McIlroy, he finished with 66. He was looking to win his 3rd straight title of the tournament, but he didn't. He finished 4th in this tournament. And that concludes this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Be safe, everyone. Stay warm. It's a snowy day in the city, but hey, that's a blessing from the man above. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. And I'll see you guys next week for a new episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Be safe, everyone, and may God bless each and every one of you.